Wait, Michael.
What happened to you, Mom?
Shift Dion.
You too, Dad.
Dion.
Why are those people in our house? Why, dear?
We don't know all the answers to all this yet. The main thing is, you're alive.
Everybody else reported this went great treat. But because we knew it, we only wanted to check, not the business, and we were alone.
I had to come and talk to you all over.
Was she fasting?
Yeah, it must be. Must be a bit. No, no, we're not here.
You're busy at poor camera now. And Wills is going crazy.
Always goes great, mate.
How's this, mate?
Trevor, turn it off. Did you get the card? Give me a bottle.
And the jewel bit broke, and she took the jewel to hold it through that soft part of it, huh?
Can't yawn anymore.
I want to say a few words, and then we'll be cutting the cake after that. Well, Dennis has got about a 5-page essay. Make yourselves comfortable, you might be here for a while. The first of the three speakers, and I hope they realise that now's the time, the first will be Mr. Carl Hankey from Sejuna. So I'll ask,
Who's he?
used to be Sejuna. You'd be allowed to say a few words, thanks Carl.
Yeah, but I don't understand this much. What I'm going to say, what? Take a seat, man. I don't want to go back too far. We haven't got much of the night left. I've only done 1,000 kilometres to get here, so that says what I think of him. But now I've got him in a position where he can't answer back, so watch out, Jim. And talking about 1,000 kilometres, I come from where Dennis was born. Now you can't hold that against him, but that's a fact. And Dennis wasn't the eldest of the family. His big brother Neil was the big bloke. But I want to tell you that Dennis was a fair little figure. He didn't even answer that. Now, I'll ask you what a witness, please. Thank you. I suppose you're all wondering what I'm going to say, well, so am I, because I wasn't prepared for this. I've been wondering what success is. You know, we all like to be successful in life, and I've been wondering whether Dennis is successful. Well, when you look around, we like to think that he is, and I bet he likes to think he is too. And what are his greatest attributes? Well, I was at his wedding, and the toastmaster, or the bloke proposing the toast to Dennis and his wife was, if Dennis looks after his wife like he looks after his car, he'll do well. So I think I'll have a go at this thing. You won't really want to hear what I've got to say, but it will make it a bit easier for all. Now, talking about his family, I don't like to judge other people, but to make an assessment of Dennis, I think he is successful. He's got a beautiful wife and a beautiful family, and it looks as if he looks after them too, so good on you, Dennis. As for his car, well, I don't like it. I said to Dennis one day, I said, whatever made you get a car this colour? What are you going to cook about? And I said, well, it's a nice car standing there in the yard, but I said, I don't like the damn thing coming at me at 100 k's an hour down the Richmond Road because I can't see it. And when you come to think of the colour of his car, I reckon I'm dead right. You can't see the damn thing, so next car you get it better be a red one. Because they go faster. Now, talking about success, I'd never seen Dennis's house until tonight. Now, being uncle to Dennis, I should have known because I heard about him building the house, I heard about how much he'd done himself. And when I pulled up there, I thought, what a blooming ramshackle place he got here. The blooming fence is crooked and the gates are just hanging on the hinges. How you put up with it, Denise, I'll never know. What's the joke? Anyway, somebody else wants to say something, and I don't just know how to finish this off, and I hope I don't embarrass anybody else. I'm damn glad that they said in the invitation, no gifts. Now, how do you give a man that's got everything a gift? I thought of a belly button. Right. No, that wasn't the right thing. And somebody reminded me that I am one of Dennis's godparents. I was sponsor to his baptism with Mrs. Lila Kosersky. Where are you, Lila? Lila and I are godparents to Dennis, and I think it only our privilege and our right to offer Dennis a little gift in remembrance of, well, I think that we didn't do much, Dennis, but being successful, he has kept up his belief and to the best of his ability done his share towards his God. And on behalf of Lila and myself, Dennis, I'd like to offer you this gift. And I would say if you only had a couple of bob in the bank, you'd be successful. Thank you. Mr. Toastmaster, here's the key. It helps you a lot.
Thanks very much, Carl. I don't think I'll need this thing, but Jill Graham would like to say a few words if Jill's around. Somewhere I saw her, we found her before. You there, Jill? Yep. Sprint, run. Yeah, so Jill's going to say a few words, and after Jill will be Jeff Wemmer's going to talk on behalf of the local people, I think. So, thanks, Jill.
Well, I'd just sort of like to say I've known Dennis for a year and a half, and I can only speak from my heart how good he's been to my family and myself. Him and his wife took my children when I was pretty sick, and Dennis, Trevor and Alison had to go away, and they looked after them really well. They loved them. And even when I came home, and Alison and Trevor came back, they didn't go away, they stayed there. And I'd made a decision to move houses because I sort of couldn't cope with stairs and things like that. And Trevor and Dennis come up with a great idea. They were going to build me a fence so I could have a backyard. Nobody asked him. He did it because he cared. He might be a very successful man, but he's a very loving and caring man too. And it shows in all the people that are here tonight. His brothers and their wives and all the friends that we've got here. He loves every one of you. He just wouldn't be here if he didn't. So in one way, we can just thank God that we've got people like Dennis, not just in our church, but in our community, and that he can be kind to all sorts of people. I just really thank you for that. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Jill. And our last speaker for the night that we were aware of anyway, Jeff Wenham, well known to most of you, I think. Thank you, Jeff.
That's a pretty hard act to follow, isn't it? I think I'll refer to these notes because during the week something came to my attention, which I want to share with you a bit later on. First, I'd like to say how much I do appreciate Dennis as a friend, a fellow Christian, a member of our church council. Now, if you'll have to bear with me, because time has a way of sort of blurring the truth a bit. As many of you know, as previous speakers have said, how Dennis has done a lot for his church and for his friends. And we all thank him for this and hold him in high esteem. He's also been a great blessing to Denise. No longer does she have to go out on the town of a night time. She can have a nice meal, sit by the fire with a glass of wine and watch Dennis's favourite TV show. Now, you've all heard of the continuing saga of our state bank. You've heard of WA Inc. and probably coming up SA Inc. And I don't think private companies, especially fertiliser companies, are probably all that much different. So I'll leave you to work out from this facts that I picked up during the week, what's the truth of this accident of Dennis's from some time back. Mr. Terry Doyle, dear sir, upon examining the roof damage of the number 2 dressing shed, that's that big one in the middle of the plant down there, I discovered that quite a number of sheets of iron had blown off. Accordingly, and if those of you local members will know when our bell fell down, that Dennis was one of the key figures in getting it back up again, so this will probably sound a bit familiar. Accordingly, I fixed up a beam and pulley in order to hoist up a pallet load of sheets of iron. Having repaired the roof, I found that I had a lot of sheets left over. I therefore hoisted up the empty pallet and secured the line at ground level, climbed back up to the roof and stacked the pallet with the remaining sheets of iron. I then went down again and untied the line. Unfortunately, the barrel, or the pallet in this case, now being heavier than me, pulled me off my feet. Halfway up, I met the pallet coming down. I received a severe blow on the shoulder. You notice Dennis always gets things all in order and doesn't forget anything. The pallet continued downwards and I continued upwards when I banged my head sharply on the beam and got my hand jammed in the pulley. When the pallet hit the ground, it tipped over, spilling the sheets of iron. This meant that I was now heavier than the barrel, so I began to fall. He gets it. Doesn't forget anything. They're perfectionist ever. Halfway down, I met the pallet coming up, sustaining a severe blow to the shins. Upon hitting the ground, I landed on the sheets of iron, which occasioned me numerous deep cuts. Do you remember Dennis's injuries? Stunned by the pain, I let go of the Dennis looks. Thank you, Dennis. And unlike the previous speaker, I do like your car. It was a great relief to Doro and I when Dennis changed models, because whenever we pulled up at church after coming over a dirt road and pulling up next to Dennis's car, it was quite obvious who lavished all their care and attention on their car. So every blessing to Dennis and Denise. He's a great friend. Thank you.
You might have noticed we had a short wait before. We'd said to Dennis, it's time for the speech, we're going to cut the cake. Next thing he was gone, we couldn't find him. And Denise said, you better look in the toilet. Sure enough, he was there. So anyway, I don't know if it was the nervous wee or what it was. Here's your opportunity to respond to those three speakers, and you can say what you like, if you, whatever. Say speech and also cut the cake.
Where was that? I guess I thought I'd get away with this bit, but last night I sneezed with head off the bed. Do I have to say something? Yeah, just a bit of a thank you will do. But I don't reckon you can get away with that, you mob. So you have to put up with it a bit longer. It's a lot of thank yous, a lot of sort of things to be said, I suppose. I know fairly well I'm going to muck this up very well. Sort of tried to break up early and put something down on paper like Jeff did, but I think it was more comfortable. I guess I owe all this whole and soul to Denise for wanting to do this, because I certainly didn't want to. I'd rather admit to meetings at birthdays, that way I won't get any older, but it just happens just the same. And I guess that coming 40 to some people affects and yet others not. I guess when Uncle Carl here went up tonight at home, he jumped out and first he said congratulations, shook my hand, and I said congratulations for what? He said it's for making, I said what for making 40 or what? He said oh, it's look at the downhill run now, and it's one way I've never looked at it, a few others have said the same, and quite honestly would say how do you feel? And to me I don't feel any different than I was 10 years ago. And one old chap here, Mr. Hartman, sitting over there, well, I said you're only old as you feel. And I certainly don't feel old. And I'm saying that I reckon in a few years' time I won't be able to play for Tasmans also. But I think the congratulations are on my part, not for being 40, but for making it to 40. A few mishaps along the way, but I guess we got there. What's next? Yeah, I've got a fair lot to say, but it's a bit hard to get over and come to say it. I think everything was all in order pretty well to tonight, and I felt quite happy that way things were going and until a cousin relation, dear old friend, silly she is, turned up unexpected to me, Linda Middleton. To me that's topped it all off. She's just one hell of a person. She's the person that sometimes you might have heard me say that when we do go to Adelaide, that we stay with her. To me, I think we feel at home with her, more at home living with her than we do even at our own home. She's the person that last year or a few years ago catered all this sort of thing for over 100 something for her own idea. I don't know if I'll ever see that sort. The other thing is, I guess do with the theme of it. I got no idea where she got the idea from either. It looks all right to me. I guess with Denise Maker and Karina and the picture on it, it's got to be a winner of a cake. I guess I have to thank all those local people, that's people that live close, that helped out with the food. Denise wanted to tackle it on her own, but obviously it was too much. So those people that said they would help cook, but improvise, they didn't want anything. So very tremendous for all those local people that brought the food along. It's really great food. And so I think the people that travelled the distance probably spent a lot more than what they did. But so I'd like to thank all those people that actually travelled their way, and particularly this brother Neil and his wife Pat, come through from Adelaide this morning. As you know, Linda from Gawler, Kim and Anne from Ceduna and the kids, Carl and Hughes from Ceduna or Gawler, wherever they like to live, Ted Lyle from Winnipeg, Glovers, Rex and Geraldine, the family from Lock, and the people from Cummins. Yeah, I sort of always reckon I should get back at some people, but can't think one on Wenlon yet. I can think of Kim and Anne. Someone told me they would give you a gift wrap thing up there and to help you through to the next 40 years, I think. Did you, Anne?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Anne's okay. I can't help nothing, but Kim, he's, I guess, it brings me to say that having turned 40, it's different to when any other party that you had, or I had anyway. I remember Mum, we always only had a 6th birthday and then the 21st. And I think there's only one bloke, I think Nelson's out with Christian here, there's the only bloke that's here working with me then that was there at the 21st. But I think Phil Hudson was at the 21st, I'm not sure. I reckon. So how things have changed and people have changed in our lives. Most of them probably all left or gone away or don't want to know me or something. But when I look back, I think when the younger birthday years, you have the birthday and then think of the future, what you're going to be when you're 21 or a few more years and I'll get a car or married or whatever. But having turned 40, I think you forget about looking for the future and look at the memories in the past. In doing that, I guess, when I do think of the past, I think the early years of life are the years that dominate or run your life from now on. And I think Kim Tawartha over here probably spent more of that time with me than Neil, my elder brother, and maybe not so much Trevor. But you hang one on Kim.
Get up off the floor.